So let me tell you something you already know. Music deserves respect, but did you know that that's what Sony's MDR codename stands for? And if you're a Sony fan, you know Sony love a good codename.
R-E-S-T-E-C-P. Do you even know what that spells?
For example, headphones like these, the WH1000-XM5, a very catchy name and a very popular choice, and my recommendation for best noise cancelling headphones for traveling with. Anyway, these, the MDR-MV1, are the successor, the next evolution of the very legendary MDR-7506, which were released around 30 years ago, but even today are still considered to be an industry standard. And if you've never heard of the Sony MDR-7506, you should know that they're actually less than £100 right now, and they are a true diamond in the rough if you're looking for professional quality headphones at a reasonable price. But these right here are the next generation.
The economics of the future is somewhat different.
And just to give you some context on how the three headphones that I just mentioned stack up, if you think of the original 7506 as the first ever Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, a legend in its own right and a true powerhouse, and these, the MDR-MV1, are more like the Mitsubishi Evo X with all the latest technologies and upgrades. And the XM5s are more like an electric vehicle with the mics, the Bluetooth, the app, the software enhancements. Now check this out, the MDR-MV1s at the time of this video retail for £339, so that should give you a clue as to how good Sony think these are in comparison to the XM5s. And if you stick around, I will be doing a sound comparison between the Sony consumer headphones and the Sony professional headphones, so get your headphones ready for that. I think you're going to find it interesting. So my first impressions of the MDR-MV1 were I really like the style, and I was very surprised at how lightweight the design is, and this is due to the fact that the majority of the MV1's enclosures are constructed from aluminium with precision drilled perforations in the back. This helps reduce the weight whilst keeping them structurally sound. So the MV1s are in fact open back headphones, and this is one of the biggest differences between these and the 7506 and of course the XM5 that have the classic closed back design. And the open back design choice here from Sony does give the MV1 some advantages, the most significant being the soundstage and also the accuracy of the spatial audio that you'll hear in these headphones. And of course, one of the biggest disadvantages is the sound leakage. And typically open back headphones can suffer with lack of bass due to the lower frequencies escaping out the back of the open cups. And Sony are aware of this problem and considered it when designing the new 40mm dynamic drivers for the MV1s. They have a new tri-duct structure that enhances the mid to low end bass frequencies. So the bass here can be more powerful, more punchy than what you might typically hear on an open back headphone. And how do they sound? Well, something you need to know about professional headphones for studio environments are typically they are tuned to have a very flat, neutral sound signature, and the MV1s do this as well. Well, sort of. The MV1s have a very close to neutral sound profile, but with an emphasis in the treble and in the bass department, which is quite unusual for studio headphones, but the focus for these are clearly in the mid to high frequencies. And they have an impressive frequency response of 5 Hz all the way up to 80 kilohertz. And the XM5s, in comparison to the MV1s, these range from 4 Hz all the way up to 40 kilohertz. So slightly more bass, and that could be due to the closed back nature of these, but definitely less in the higher frequencies. Now, something that's pretty interesting about frequency response is they say the human hearing can only hear from 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. So what would be the point of going past that with headphones like these? Well, it's my understanding that by extending past the human range of hearing, you can actually make the details in those mid to high frequencies more accurate. And when it comes to headphones like this that have been dialed in specifically for mapping 360 reality audio, Dolby Atmos, that kind of thing, you need to have that extra clarity in that range so you can place the audio elements in that 360 environment more accurately. And that was Sony's entire thought process behind making these headphones for the modern audio engineer. Of course, the first thing that I wanted to do when I heard these specialize in 360 reality audio is to test them out with my PS5 to see if they can help me die a little less on Call of Duty. So these are my current go-tos. These are the Pulse Elites from PlayStation, and they're very good, and they use audiophile drivers. They're planar drivers. So let's see how the MV1s stack up against those, the Pulse Elites. Alright, first impressions of these with the PlayStation 5 controller is actually, even though there's no volume control on the actual headphones themselves, the volume level seems to be just right. And the great thing about it is all of the high frequencies aren't blasting your ears so much. And when explosions go off, you can definitely hear where the explosions are coming from. And it's really clean, a very nice sound. And I do believe the spatial audio quality on these did help me die a little bit less on Call of Duty. So when it comes to actually using the MV1s, the comfort here are unmatched and even more comfortable than the XM5. And that's thanks to the soft padding and gentle but firm clamping pressure that they have. I also really like the notches on the headband that are numbered so you can really dial in the perfect fit for yourself. And these have really been designed for long listening sessions. And if you do use these every day and you end up wearing down the padding on the ear cups, the good thing about these, and another win over the XM5s, is that these are replaceable. Now, something to keep in mind about the MV1s is these are indeed wired headphones, and they do throw in a very premium audio cable with a full 1/4 inch as standard and an adapter in the box as well, so you can plug this into pretty much any audio device. But something that's quite special about the MV1s is the fact that they have a very low impedance of 24 ohms. And if you have no idea what that means, it means that these don't require much power to drive them. Now, with a lot of other professional studio monitor headphones, you might need an extra amp in order to get the volume to where you want it to be. But with these, you don't need that. And that basically means they're well suited to phones, tablets, laptops, PlayStation 5 controllers. And if you've got a smartphone that doesn't have a headphone jack, you would need a USB-C to analog audio adapter. But if you have a Sony Xperia phone, you're good to go straight away. And of course, the XM5s do have a big advantage in terms of connectivity and software when it comes to noise cancelling and voice calls and things like that. The MV1s don't have any of that. However, with that said, at this point in time, if you really care about your audio, the best way to get the best signal to the headphones is via a wire. And it's important to remember that these are open back headphones. So if you plan on buying these for your daily commute and you plan to listen to heavy metal on the train on the way to work every day, yeah, you're gonna piss a few people off, but at least your music will sound good. And also the open back design makes these not ideal for the great British weather that we have. And the reality is the MV1s really shine in the studio environment. That's what they're designed for, and that's really where they should live most of the time. But that doesn't mean they're not well suited for everyday listening at home, especially high resolution audio. If I was given a Sony Walkman and these two headphones, I know which one I'd be using all day. And you'll see why I say that, because now I'm going to do the sound test and you can judge for yourself which one sounds better. So when choosing between the MDR-MV1 and the classic and legendary 7506, it really boils down to your needs. If all you care about is stereo audio mixing, then the 7506 could be a great option for you, especially at the price point. For daily commuting, long journeys and noise cancelling, you can't go wrong with the XM5s. These are still some of my favorite and highly recommended noise cancelling headphones. But if you're a content creator, musician or a filmmaker, the MV1s are truly the future and really tailor-made for engineers who are looking for precision and prioritize accuracy in the audio, particularly in regards to spatial audio production. The audio imaging on these headphones is on another level in comparison to the other two headphones that I've been talking about. So Sony have set the bar really high with the MV1s, and in my opinion making them a worthy successor to the MDR-MV1 and possibly a better option for everyday listening in comparison to the XM5s, but only if you don't mind the wire and you don't plan on taking them out of the house, studio or office very often. So in my opinion, the Sony MDR-MV1s deserve your RESTECP. Do you even know what that means?
Restekpa? Yes. Restekpa.
Respect.